A new world order. Trump's shambolic America First foreign policy rattles the world. Welcome to Real Talk with Ambassador Curtis Ward. President Donald Trump is leaving no doubt about his intention to use American military and economic superiority to not only change or dismantle world order, but to dominate it. He hoped to replace world order by which multilateral and bilateral relations have been governed since World War II, with an American first foreign policy across all areas of human interaction. The intent is to destroy and remake international and regional organizations to carry out U.S. policies globally. He believes he has the power and the resources to enforce his will on the international community, but he may be mistaken. He wants to create a new world order that only serves American interests. That is fundamentally impossible, and it is wrong. President Trump has for a very long time shown utter disdain for multilateralism. This is consistent with the conservatism of the Republican Party, which often dismisses multilateralism as world government, which they claim subverts American sovereignty. The truth is, multilateralism tempers American control over issues which impact the international community and forces the United States to adhere to international rules and norms which serve the entire global community. Trump began his presidency by withdrawing America from the Paris Accord, the most comprehensive global arrangement to deal with global warming and the resulting devastating impact of climate change. Despite the devastating effects of climate change, which are manifested across the United States in widespread wildfires, severe storms, frequent and deadly tornadoes, and increased drought, America went rogue. To compound the threat and effects of climate change on the most vulnerable countries whose existence are threatened, Trump has imposed tariffs on these countries, which will reduce their revenues and make it more difficult for them to find resources to enhance their climate change resilience. Trump has a disdain for alternative energy solutions and ardently promotes fossil fuel. He has embraced the concept drill, baby, drill, and he promotes the purchase of America's natural gas as a primary alternative to the use of oil. This is an extension of his America First agenda. His assault on the international organizations and international order continues, with a clear disregard for international coordination and response to global pandemics. Trump withdrew from the World Health Organization. He has denied the WHO necessary funding and other resources to fight the spread of diseases, immunize children from life-threatening diseases in developing countries, and to help countries on every continent build their healthcare capacities to effectively respond to pandemics. He has ended cooperation between the Center for Disease Control, the world's premier disease prevention research body, and the WHO. He is decimating CDC's research capacity and, by extension, global cooperation and response to diseases, those already known and those yet unknown. But his new CDC policy not only impacts the international community, it also has domestic implications. What he is doing to international health capacity and response to global pandemics, he's also doing domestically. He's destroying America's leadership in health research and healthcare delivery to Americans. The world needs the CDC, and the world needs the World Health Organization. But Trump's destructive juggernaut continues, seemingly unchecked. His tariff policy is making the World Trade Organization and international and regional trade agreements and arrangements inoperable and obsolete. Trump's use of reciprocal tariffs on a global scale, which he claims are intended to level the trade playing field, is instead destroying it. Few, if any, U.S. major trading partners will surrender to Trump's America's tariff policy. They will fight back, and the ensuing trade war will spiral out of control. But they will fight back. Consumers in America and around the world will bear the brunt of Trump's chaotic trade policy. This foolhardy and chaotic trade policy threatens America's and global economic stability. President Trump is vehemently opposed to the International Criminal Court and has imposed sanctions against the ICC and its prosecutor. Despotic leaders of other countries who do not respect the rule of law at home or internationally are encouraged by Trump's actions to withdraw from the ICC's jurisdiction, the latest being Hungary's Viktor Orban. Other similar despotic autocratic leaders are expected to head to the exit. Meanwhile, other international organizations and institutions are in Trump's crosshairs. Undoubtedly, developing countries, particularly of the global south, will suffer disproportionately from Trump's America First policies across all sectors of international interactions. That is, unless they choose to embrace South-South cooperation as a logical imperative. The choice has been there for a long time. I recall the arguments led by Germany's Willy Brandt and Jamaica's Michael Manley during the 70s and 80s, advocating South-South cooperation. Now, perhaps, the major players in the global south will see the benefit of pursuing this course. Jamaica and other Caribbean countries must fully embrace this precept and help to lead the way. It's a winning proposition for the countries of the global south to abandon dependency on northern neocolonizers and to search for solutions from within their midst. In this globalized world, they can gain access to all the tools they need without having to subjugate themselves. Trump's quasi-isolationist policy is unworkable. To sustain America's economic power, America needs foreign markets, and countries around the world need access to American markets. This is the reality in a globalized world created and promoted by the United States, a world that is interconnected in every way. America's military superiority and dominance will become unsustainable. Economic isolation will drain resources and put pressure on military spending, thus putting U.S. national security at grave risk. The pace at which China continues to spend on military expansion poses an increasing threat to U.S. national security and U.S. interests around the world. As China's economic and geopolitical footprints increase, America's are likely to shrink. The policy of pressuring governments and using coercive measures to force them to accept Trump's America First foreign and economic policies will eventually lose its impact. Some countries will search for alternatives, and China, yes, China, to fill the void. No country currently has a better opportunity or possesses the vast resources needed to lead the world as does America. But trust in America's leadership is fading much faster than anyone could have imagined. And although America has made mistakes in the past and reversed course in attempts to amend for those mistakes, this time around, Trump may already have taken America too far down this slippery slope. Mistrust of America may now be irreversible. World leadership differs from imperialism and world dominance, which Trump represents. World leadership requires cooperation, collaboration, partnerships, and trust to advance the course of human existence. It is not for any country to destroy world order designed for that purpose. Trump's America First agenda will not realign world order, as he claimed, but will destroy. Trump's implementation of his domestic and international policy has been chaotic and shambolic. He has chosen a cabinet and surrounded himself with advisors who cheer him on. His presidency is part theater that is reflective of his past. The staging of his global reciprocal tariffs on the lawn of the White House was designed for drama. It was shocking and it spoke unprecedented in modern economic and trade relations. Trump revels in this. He sees power in his actions. He has the attention of the entire international community. He craves that attention. Even isolated, distant, and uninhabited islands are made subject to Trump's tariffs. Laughable, perhaps. It is unrealistic and reveals the shambolic nature of Trump's America First policies. That is Real Talk with Ambassador Curtis Ward.